Welcome to an all new episode of Damn, That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue with Randy and Junior Salinas. The show starts now. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to an all new episode of Damn, That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue. I'm Randy Salinas, of course, joined by my brother Junior Salinas. We got a good, fun episode for you. This is episode 56. Without further ado, let's get this party started. Of course, first we want to thank our sponsors, which are Holy Smoke Spice Company, Brothers Keepers Barbecue, Prairie Fresh, Mad Cow Cutlery, and Meat Hugger. Be sure to check them out on Instagram, Facebook, all their social media sites. Give their products a try and let them know as well as us know what you think of it. And of course, if you want to sponsor the show or our competition team, just be sure to email us at bigsalinsbarbecue at gmail.com. Or you can message myself or Junior and let us know. But let's get this party started. Turn it over to you, Junior.
Hey, how's it going? Great day. Yeah, like sure. If you do want to sponsor, let us know. Any provisions that you may have. Of course, we're gonna have your stuff on display and using it. Because like I said, at competitions, a lot of people come up and talk to us and that hear the show that want to be there. So, like I said, you want to sponsor the team, you want to be on the show, help us out, answer some questions, tell us a little bit more about any products you might be selling. You can. We go as we got a competition coming up, so you still got time to hop on the next train for it. But let's get into it. It's time for that small business shout out. Mine today is Flurry's Market and Provisions. They're located at 2608 Long Prairie Road, Suite 208 in Flower Mound, Texas. They sell all kinds of meats, ready to go meats, products. A lot of stuff they get you can do for your meal prepping. If you want to do that, get stuff for the week, and then prep for all the stuff for the week. They've got specials going on all the time. Go like them on Facebook. I think one they got going on right now is buy one, get one free, which is for the baby back ribs this weekend. We might actually have to stop and go get some this weekend because they look good. Always cook up some ribs and stuff for sure. But they are, like I said, in Flower Mound, Flurry's Market and Provisions. Go check them out. You will not be disappointed. What you got?
Mine is Legacy Workwear. If you didn't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, as you know, if you're watching on YouTube, our new lids are in. I'm wearing the orange and charcoal gray one. It is a flat bill hat that they did. We also did get one in gray. It is gray and black, which looks good as well. They knocked out a killer drop. So if you're in the market for some new hats, shirts, anything promotional, be sure to hit up Legacy Workwear. They will do a great job, very fast response, very fast of getting the product out to you. Follow them on Instagram or check out their website, legacyworkwear.com. There's a lot that they can do from stickers to canopies to hats, whatever it is that you can think of, they can probably do and knock it out of the park. Check out Legacy Workwear and let them know Big Salinas Barbecue sent you. That is my small business shout out. Let's get right into it. What have you been cooking lately since the last episode?
So we finally, I repeat, finally, put the pizza oven together, and we got it. Finally put it together. Yeah, you're right. It was right at 20 minutes. The instructions were a picture that you couldn't tell what was up or down, left or right. So it truly was. I think we put the rack on backwards at one point, and then we had to take it off, put it back on it. And Chelsea kind of took over that project, put it together. We fired it up. I remember what you said, less coals on it. A little bit of a challenge, I think, to get the coals back there once you get them hot. To have that basket to sit where you wanted. So we'll have to maybe make some adjustments for that. Definitely is where the Magna Chef gloves came in handy for sure. because those suckers were, of course, it was coals. It was hot. It was never
Yeah.
lit. But it came out pretty good. The first pizza we did was we couldn't get it to slide off. She used some canola oil or something, and it didn't slide off the thing. So it came out. It almost looked like it almost turned in the shape of a heart. Really did. It came out bad. The next one I said, well, let's put a little flour. The key word was little. We put a little too much that we should have. So the bottom had flour on it. So you could actually, it came out great. It slid. It sat it right around 300, 350. Was dropping a little bit, but it was done. I think the only issue I had was trying to get the front part to cook. The back part was cooking, so I don't know if I was supposed to. I may take it out
Turn it
halfway
around.
through and turn it or something like that. But it's just a learning experience. It's something we'll do again. We did
So
it real simple.
you put all the charcoal in the back.
I put all the charcoal in the back, like it said, but the front of it, you could still see a little. It was cooked, but you could still see a little dough, and the other side of it was cooked. Of course, the pizza stone got dirty and got burnt, so I was trying to figure out how to clean that thing. So that's bound to happen. Anytime you cook it, it's not going to look good. It's like a grill grate. It's only going to look great the first time you cook. After that, it's going to be dirty. So I think I said it was a learning experience. I think next time maybe I know it said not to, but I'm thinking next time I might just put coals all the way around. Um, but I only used it on the back half to that, and it stayed right because it was right around 350 for the whole cook towards the end. Then it started to drop, obviously, because we were having issues, getting stuff on there. So,
Yeah.
but came out good. It was really delicious. We may use a pre-made. She wanted the dough where she could lay it out and stuff. That might have been part of our issue, but we'll use a little flour just so it slides in and out, and then we'll learn from it. But definitely is worth trying it again. Then threw some steaks down the other night. Did those on the grill, on the oven, on the stove. I mean, just kind of did it a little bit. One of them was seasoned with holy garlic and the noble rub, which came out. Eden tore hers up, and then did the noble rub with the New England Pit Masters rub as well on some steaks, and that one came out really well. So definitely, if you're there, go check them out. New England Pit Masters on Facebook. If you need the invite to the group, we would definitely invite. Go get their stuff because it's really good stuff too as well. So that's what I've been cooking. What you been cooking?
Uh, so since the last episode, besides the cook off that we'll dive into here in a little bit, um, basically the only thing I've cooked is the chuck roast that I cook like a brisket. That what I did. If y'all again not following on Instagram or Facebook, that's where kind of uh, I post what I'm cooking up and all that, as well as TikTok. So be sure to follow us there. But what I did is I marinated the chuck roast in some bullseye from Texas oil dust. Um, so I marinated that for 2 hours. That's just very simple. 2 tablespoons with like beef broth or water. I just used 16 ounces of water. Marinated it, and then I went ahead and seasoned it up with some holy garlic in that competition beef rub that we're still working on. We'll dive into that here in a little bit with competition as well. But you know, that's what I seasoned it up with. You can use Noble, pork rub, whatever you want, or whatever your favorite beef rub is. And then just threw it on the Weber. Uh, Cooked it. I want to say maybe 350 for 3 hours total. About 2 hours after I wrapped it, um, and then just let it go until it was tender. So I pulled it off probably about 200, maybe like 203, I think, is what some of it was temping as. Let it rest for like 30 minutes and then slice into it, and it come out pretty tender, very delicious. The bark didn't really kind of set because kind of rushing it because we wanted to eat. I didn't want to spend 4 or 5 hours out there cooking it up. But definitely, if you're going to try it, go low and slow, just like you would a normal brisket. Seasoned it the same way. That's good. Basically, it's a poor man brisket if you do it the right way. And when people ask, I know Junior's asked, what's a good cheap way to cook a brisket without having to pay for it? Get you a chuck roast. If you want to marinate,
Is
you
it cheap,
can.
or is
If you're
it
not,
just the fact that it's just would be like me and Chelsea and Eden? We don't need a
yeah,
whole brisket. We don't need a whole big old
yeah,
brisket.
yeah. It's both cheap way and if you're only eating, feeding two, three, you can cut it down to what you need, um, and then throw it on. You know, um, you can cook the whole thing, slice it up, and then you can basically portion it out. Eat what you want.
Yep.
Leftovers thrown in the freezer, and then you already have some already cooked up. So yeah, definitely it's the poor man's brisket kind of. Um, and again, if you're feeding a family three, four, it's a good way to save some money, and to do it that way. So definitely highly recommend if you have not tried it, give that a try. Especially if you just want to kind of work on a new recipe, um, on brisket. You don't want to test out on a $50, $60 chunk of meat. Totally understand because brisket is high right now. Um, but yeah, that's basically what I've been cooking up. Uh, yeah, that's it. I'm not sure what we'll probably cook this weekend, Saturday, since I'm off. But
So
yeah,
you cooking? Okay, we want to talk
I
about that
might be cooking.
later.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, let's dive into that competition. Before I give my thoughts, what were
Cool.
your thoughts overall?
I do got a question before we'll
Okay.
dive right into it. On your chuck roast, you still trim it up, or you just kind of how it's come out of the package, season it
How
and
it
move
comes
on?
out. Now, if there is some fat, like there was some hard fat on there, I did cut it off.
Cut that off. Okay.
Um,
Because that's something like I said, I've been wanting to do a brisket, and I'm like, a brisket's huge, but a chuck roast is something, hey, I could throw that in, get the meter probes in there, and
mm-hmm.
just do it during one day. Started during work and just let it low and slow and
Let it
let it
go.
do its thing. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. That was my question on that, but we can dive back in that if we need to. The competition. It was last weekend again. If you are not following us on the social media, follow us. If you're not following us on YouTube, definitely go hit that subscribe and like and share it. Help our channel out. Plus, like I said, we plan on doing some more live stuff on there. It was I wanted to do some live, uh, get in there live a little bit more than we did. It's just I was on baby duty watching it, maybe on baby duty this weekend again, with Chelsea going to Napa Valley for a teacher thing. This coming up, not this weekend, the next weekend. But we'll see. We'll get some live stuff in there. Hopefully, it's supposed to be kind of the same weather. 50 degree. It
Yeah.
was kind of cool. It wasn't cold. We won't say it's cold because Johnny Mags will get mad at us because we don't know what cold is. But he doesn't know what hot is. So let's just be real there. But it was good. I thought it was good competition. Overall, I was the only thing, like I said, my critique to you was you already know was the chicken. I was telling, mom was like, I like it. It was real good. Yeah, it was good. But when you got past the initial part, I think it lost some of the seasoning. But overall, it was still juicy in there. That's what it didn't make any
Yeah.
sense to me. It was still really juicy, but it didn't lose its thing. For our first outlaw competition, that's the organization. I thought it was really good, really successful. Did not understand. I messed up on the scoring. I thought the one team that we met, that was next to us, did better than they did, but hey, it is what it is. I think for our first time in over a year, um,
Yep.
being out there, it was a good competition. Knock the dust off. Your brisket turned out great. The beans, of course, turned out good. Uh, we may roll with that coming up again. I thought that was a good flavor spice on the beans. Just to do like we did, a cup of it and then mix it up. Really do good. Ribs, I thought turned. I don't understand what they were looking at ribs. I don't know if you got what you overall finished, but overall, I thought
Yeah.
it
They
was
don't.
pretty good. Pretty good. They don't do like that. I wish that's the one thing they did. The whole pen and paper thing, I don't get it. Not when there's all this new technology. to where you can enter it and it does the math for you. I don't get that, but that's just me. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
What was your overall thoughts on what you did, what you turned in?
I mean, overall, the Irving Elks Lodge was a very nice venue. It is jam packed in there. I think it was probably, oh, if not maxed out, it was close to maxing out on teams that can fit in there. Um,
I think you
Definitely
had
this.
one at the Service King.
Yeah, there might been. I'm not totally 100% sure.
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
I
Yeah,
didn't go over there. But I mean, it's a small venue, small parking lot kind of. But I mean, overall, the venue was nice. Everyone there was friendly. It was nice just to knock off the rust and and see what we can do. Because like I said, previous episode, we were just trying new recipes, so I wasn't really expecting much. But beans turned out really good. Uh, that side chick went in there, so definitely that side chick rub hit was which was good because I mean you'd been talking about using the peach. You thought you used just the peach sauce until after you turned it down. I was like, wait a minute. He grabbed the one on the counter, which is something I had mixed up for competition wise.
whatever he did, we're gonna roll with it again because, like I
Yeah,
said, we finished second in the beans, and it didn't have any spice to it because I think I only used about a quarter in a cup, and then a little bit over 3/4 of a cup or half, a little bit under half of the original. So it came out. The beans came out phenomenal. So
yeah, definitely they were good. And then of course the the chicken was good, color wise and everything. And I did say it too. Once you got past the skin, if you got just the meat was moist, but there wasn't a lot of flavor in there. So definitely, we're gonna do something different on chicken for the next cook off. Now, when I say something different, we're not gonna mess up the whole recipe. We're just gonna kind of play around with it, brine, maybe go with a different brine, and then inject, just to try to see what happens. Because the next cook off is going to be, it's shaping up to be a real big one, and it's going to be one of those ones. Well, you got to turn it in and hope, live off of hope and prayer, basically. But that's what I like. Is something that's really really hard to get a walk in. And then ribs turned out really good. I know when Ed got there, I was getting the ribs ready, so Ed showed up, and we both tried it. We both agreed it didn't need any additional sauce. It was good, but I think that's what hurt us in the ribs because everyone that I had seen turned in from their turning box sauced the crap out of it. And I'm not for a sauce competition. I don't think it needs a whole lot of sauce from chicken and ribs. It should be the flavor of the meat.
facts.
But hey, if that's what they're looking for, now we know going into next year or next outlaw, we need a sauce. But this cook off, we're gonna go back to saucing, just kind of see because again, big cook off now, 30K on the line.
Let's
Got
win
to
it.
lift all that hope and prayer. But hey, it was the flavor for that competition rib rub
Awesome.
definitely was delicious. Definitely, it hit the mark. So that one, can't complain on that one. Everything there is there. We'll see what happens with this next one, and then of course the brisket. Man, that brisket come out
Woo!
looking amazing. It tasted good. Only thing I think was it was a little bit too salty when we turned it in, which probably would have been because of the um, finishing dust I did. I went a little bit too heavy by accident,
Mm.
but I mean it hit 12th. So to have that competition beef rub hit first one out, you know, great, loved it.
Yes, very good.
Um,
Very good
we
turnout.
know there in brisket, we're there. And like I had told meat shots, Stephen and Wesley White that were next to us. Hey, I was a little bit disappointed because the past like 4 or 5 over the last year and a half, 2 years. Brisket wise, we finished top 10 definitely last year. We finished top 5 every single one we did. Now, granted, we only did like 2 or 3 of them, but we finished top 5 in them. So definitely was a little bit disappointing, but to, in my opinion, to try a new brisket rub that developed and have it walk the first one, or any kind of other competition, just to have it get final
Yeah,
table
it
is
would have been
good.
a final table on that
Yeah,
other one. They give out Outlaws does the top 15,
yeah,
so it's basically it's our final table. If you make the final table, you're getting a call, you're getting a little walk, which is cool.
yep,
But yeah, the brisket was definitely on point. I talked to when I got there. I went for a little walk with Eden. She wanted to go see the things on it, and I was talking to Rick and was asking him some stuff, and he said he likes the competitions, but his biggest thing is they almost look for burnt briskets because that's what they like to look for. And he hates cooking it that way because who wants to really kind of
yeah,
do their brisket that way? But yeah, he had a great turnout. The ones next to us, they had a great turnout. We were rooting for them. Like I said, it was all fun. The people behind us that were jamming out all night, apparently all day. We were rooting for them, and so it's a ton of fun. But yeah,
yeah,
for your first competitions to use it and get a walk in that. The ribs, yeah. Like I said, they were great. They were tender. They were juicy. But yeah, I didn't know you needed to sauce it. I'm with you on that. I don't like that. To me, it's like, okay, you're just tasting the sauce,
the sauce, yeah,
and not my actual flavors, and which you should be. But that just goes to show you, like what we tell people all the time. It's the difference in different competitions have different styles, the way they want it. So if we do one, now we know, okay, this is what the judges basically are looking for in here.
yeah,
Now we can go after it and maybe see if we can go home and bring home a little bit of more hardware next time.
yep, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, it was overall fun. Definitely, Outlaw is another good one to kind of do, just to kind of see what you like. I still prefer the CBA ones just because it's more of a level playing field, and you're able to see where you rank from first to last in every single category overall. Um, and yeah, you do have to cook 4 meats, but hey, if you want to do like a KCBS or you want to do the American Royal or the Jack, to do one of those, doing CBA is good. So that's what I still kind of prefer. We'll cook any kind of one like the one we're doing next in Weatherford on the 17th and 18th. Is going to be Lone Star. So that one, like I said before, is shaping up to be a big one. 30K on the line. I know from what I'm hearing, um, some of the big cooks from Houston is coming up. San Antonio area, Austin area are going to
Oh,
be
there we
there.
go.
Um, I'm not sure if it's true, but from what I'm hearing, Race Crew Barbecue is going to be there. LC Barbecue is going to be there. Um, I'm not sure if Limp Brisket's going to be there. I know James was talking about going to Weatherford, but he's also talking about going to Ardmore instead. Um, so it's one of those ones that it could be 70 teams with 25% big names there. Either way, it's Lone Star. If you don't know, is basically big cook-offs. Basically, it comes down to first one to 11 points wins. Or if you
Yeah,
get 30 different teams calling, whoever wins brisket wins the cook-off.
when's the cook off?
So definitely, I'm going to be coming to play on brisket wise. And like I said, ribs, we know it's there. We're just going to be saucing and living off that hope and prayer, um, ribs wise, and then chicken. We'll just see what happens. If the chicken gets a walk, I'll be happy. But
I just say I
I'll
don't
be
know what you
ecstatic.
do
Let's
what you
just
could
say
do on the
that.
chicken because you're right. The
Yeah,
skin on the chicken was amazing, and I always eat it when you give me ones to try. I pull the skin off. Let's try the skin. Okay, boom. Then I try the next little couple layers, and then I finish it, of course. Um, and yeah, I was like, okay, there's no real flavor there on it. And then I bit into another little spot and bit the whole thing. And I was like, okay, you get flavor, but yeah, you did start to lose it as it goes. But it's there. Like I said, in the Weatherford competition, I know the first year we went, there was, I think, 25, 30 teams. And then the next year,
Mhm.
it went up. The next year, I think we got there. I always judge it based off of awards because they're placed in so many different places that we did awards. It was hard. The first year we got it, we were like right there. Boom. It was easy to go, get a table, get a seat. The next year, it was harder. It was pushed. We were lucky just to find where we found. And we got there, I thought, 20 minutes early. We usually get there for awards a little early. So I'm expecting some good things. And like I said, good competition, and it's only can make us better for it. So when you're listening and you're in the area, you're in Weatherford or you're near it, like I said, come out, come have a drink with us. I will be out there no matter what. I will be out there Friday and Saturday. I'm taking off. I got a doctor's appointment, but taking off. Making the decision on eating coming out there just because it's going to be cold. I don't know if I want to expose her to that cold again. But of course, that's now. The weather will change between now and then here in Texas. If you need product, let us know. Hey, I need this. And if you need it Saturday and you need a big order, hey, if I got to leave to come all the way back to Princeton to get some and go all the way back, hey, I'll do it for our customers. That's our loyalty. That's what we love to do, is help our customers out. But join us. So what all are you cooking? I know the CBA, we'll get into that. I have a question. We have questions on that. So CBA, if you haven't done one of those are the ones where you do the Champions Barbecue Alliance. You actually pick up walk-up music, which I think is so much better than 2, 4, 7, 8, 5, and then you forget it. And like this last competition, the person had to go back and get the ticket. Boom, this is Big Selena's Barbecue. This is their walk-up music on it. So I think that I just like that atmosphere. It's just so much better. Plus, you get people singing and jamming out to some music. What are you cooking on this one for Weatherford? I know you're doing some other ones on top of it.
So Weatherford, they're having overall, of course, you're cooking chicken, pork ribs, and brisket. And then you have the option of doing beans on Saturday, as well as cook's choice on Saturday morning. And then Friday night, you have the option of doing mac and cheese. So it's like an all age mac and cheese or grilled cheese. And then uh, steak as well. We're doing everything but steak. Because steak is basically, again, with it being Lent, we can't eat meat. So, but steak
Tell me
is
about
basically winner take all. So it's kind of, if we don't have the ability, to finish third and come away with some kind of money, like $50 something, it's my opinion is why do it.
Correct.
But now it could change when I roll up on Thursday or Friday. My mind could change and say, you know what, let's just cook it and see what happens. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we're doing so we're doing Friday night. We're doing the mac and cheese. Saturday we're going to do, of course, 3 meats, beans, and then cook's choice. And I want to say it's like 9:30 turn in for cook's choice, 11 beans or something like that, and then of course 12 and so on for the meats. And then awards afterwards. So Saturday's going to be a lot of cooking, but cooking different things just to kind of see, hey, if we can get a couple walks, we're good. Um, but hey,
Right.
if I can come away with my money back or get close to getting my money back, it's a win-win
And
situation.
and with this payouts, if you're interested, I probably still time to join because usually you can join all the way up until the Cooks meeting,
Hmm.
um, which is Friday. You can join, like you said last year we did it. You placed high in brisket and basically almost won your money back minus what $50 or something like that. You were
Yep.
$50 short of it. So if you can get high on one, you have a shot at winning your money back. If
Yeah.
you can
It
place in
yeah it
two,
does. Yeah.
you're in the profit at that point. So
Yep. Yeah. He's doing it's 30. 30K. And when I had talked to him last, it was if there's 70 plus teams, the sponsors are kicking in more money.
Ooh.
So you're looking last year, I think first place in any meat category took like 1,500 home. And then it went down to like fifth place getting, I think, like 500, 600. And then everything else is, like was $100, but he was limited to it. So um, if you finish top 10 in any category, you're guaranteed to walk out with some money. Now, some cook-offs are just paying top five.
Yeah.
This one's paying top 10 no matter what. So it could be
Yeah.
$100. It could be,
They're
four or
good at that.
500.
They're good at that.
Yeah. And of course, the winner is getting the grand champion and reserve grand champion. They're going to take home a belt versus an award. So they'll get a actual championship belt. There's some cool trophies for the top five in meat categories. I can see over my shoulder. Those two
Yep.
brisket calls. Um, so hopefully we can finish top five in brisket again for the third time. But like I said, I will settle for a call with that kind of big names coming if they do come. And of course, if not, it doesn't matter. We're gonna roll what we got. We're gonna cook what we got, and we're just gonna, like I said, living off a hope and a prayer.
Let's be real. So when you're listening or watching this, like I said, if you get it anywhere you get your podcast out, or you're watching it through Facebook when we share it, or YouTube, share, subscribe, like, do all this stuff. We want to win. Don't get us twisted. We want to win first, but
Yep.
we've tempered our expectations, because if you go in there saying I'm first or bust, you might bust. And then you're disappointed, and then you're this and you're that. So we go in there, let's have fun, let's have a good cook, and let's be proud of what we turned in. And that's what we did. And like I said, it's learning experience for him. If you come out, you're more than welcome to come out, join us, have a beer, 2, 3, 4 with us. Try some food. Once he turned it in, then he lets us try what he turned in. And like I said, it's worked out very well. He goes into the Mad Lab, his laboratory out there, and he selects what he wants to do. I usually stay away from it, and then he says, okay, on this one we actually have to drive down because it's a little bit of a walk for a turn. And if we're in the same spot we've been at probably for the last two competitions, and then we get to come back, try some food. And then if you say, hey, I don't know about this one, he'll ask you for your feedback, and he'll let you know. If you tell him, hey, like tell him with the chicken, he don't want to hear it, I'm sure, but it's something to help him get better. But we'll have some fun. Like I said, bring your lawn chair, have some fun, and let's go out there and let's see what we can do, and see, hey, we can bring some money back home. It'd be worth it.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be in that same
grand
spot.
champion. Bring that belt.
Yeah, I like that spot because it's easy to get to when you get there, and it's easy to leave. Everyone's going to try to be down closer to where the turn-ins and the awards is. My opinion is I'm not. I don't want to mess with that mess, because then you're at the mercy of everyone else trying to leave. So someone's there trying to get out with the way we're always set up. So when you pull in, we're right there on the grass. Where most of the RVs are going to be at anyway, so we can just hook up, pull out, make one left turn, and then we're basically just got to drive to the highway, and we're back on the highway.
Yeah, and
so
there's a concrete spot that people were at last year, and that's so hard to get in and out that we walked through. Me and Dad drove by it, and I was like, you need that first person to leave. If you're any further than that first person, if they decide they're going to take their time and party all night Saturday night, not leave till late Saturday night, then guess what? That's when you're leaving. If you're ready to leave, because it's so jam packed and certain. Us, we party. We'll do some partying the night before, get ready, and then once it's after the awards we're gone. I'll be leaving. After that, I got to go pick up Chelsea. She's flying back in. So hopefully I get to stay for the awards. If not, then I will have to leave and do it. But hopefully we'll probably try to go live on the awards if I can be there. to do it, just because, like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's great atmosphere out there, and especially if you got some big cooks coming down, we'll have to go down and say hi to some of them. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I think I want to say the awards are planning to be there at 4. I'm not 100% sure. I'll try to look real quick. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's Weatherford always has a good cook-off, and it's always fun. I know right now he is doing like some giveaways for those who turned it in early. Um, and so I mean, I'm already $50. Got my $50 back a little bit because I mean, I won the first raffle that he did. It was a
Nice.
$50 gift card, so at least we won something. But I want to walk in one of his meats. uh,
You want to walk
but
it for sure,
yeah,
but they do have raffles. So if you do go Friday night or early Saturday, walk, get down there. We can take you down there. You don't have to walk down there because it is a little bit of a walk down a hill, down a bumpy road. Um, you can hop in the back of a truck, get down there, and then you can join up in those raffles. I'll probably try to get up on some of them, take some cash, and like I said, have a great time. And we'll see. Like I said,
yeah,
hopefully, I just want to get out there. We want to place. Like I said, we can get a walk in one category. That'd be great. Two categories we'd be ecstatic. We walk away with grand champion. We're gonna be partying. So just telling
yeah.
that right
So
now.
yeah, this is the turn-in time. So Friday, like I said, is the 7 o'clock cooks meeting, and then 8 o'clock is the all-age mac and cheese. 9 o'clock is steak. Um, which mean most some teams will be doing it, some teams won't. Um, and then of course Saturday 9 a.m. Cook's Choice. It's anything you want to turn in. 10 a.m. is beans. 11 a.m. is chicken. 12:30 ribs. 2 o'clock brisket. So probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock should be um, the awards. I would say, unless they're running that far behind, depending on how many teams show up. But usually they're really good about being on time around 4. Um, so yeah, I would say probably about 4 o'clock. We'll be live, or we'll share live on our page for y'all to check out. You know, and of course, if you're in the area, like you said, need some product. If you want to hang out, maybe you're in the cook off and want to chat, definitely come by and see us. I'll have the flag hanging up unless it's windy and raining or something. But hopefully it's nice weather. So for the rain stays away, we will see. But I think it's going to be a good one no matter what, because from what I'm hearing, Big Selena's Barbecue may be back in full force for this one. Yep, we've been missing a team. We've been missing a team member.
Oh, Mason,
Mm-hmm.
our
He
junior
is.
pit master. He can be junior still.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, dude,
Yeah,
he has not been
he
at full
coming back.
competition
Because
in a while.
they're on spring break. I don't think he's going
College.
nowhere. But from what I'm hearing, he wants to come. So depending on if he can get his doctor appointments changed, he may be there Thursday if we go up Thursday. If not, he'll be up there Friday probably.
Hey,
Um,
I'm going up Friday. I'll let you know. We'll let it know on the podcast. Tell him to let me know, and he can ride up there with me
yeah,
because I got an appointment Friday morning, so I can
yeah,
swing by the house and pick him up, and then he can just
yeah.
ride up there with me.
I think Dad wants to drop it off Thursday because if y'all don't know, if y'all have talked to us personally, and we kind of mentioned on the show before, I think too, that Nick, our youngest nephew, has kind of had some health problems. Not really kind of health problems, but health issues, I would say, with his knee and heart, kind of. Not nothing too serious, but he is going under the knife Friday, the 17th, I believe. Not sure what time.
Yeah,
So our dad does want to be there to kind of, show some support because that's his favorite, apparently. Uh,
he
but
wasn't even there for our
yeah,
surgeries, jerk.
no. Uh, but yeah, basically what he's somewhere along the lines when he was playing football or something. I guess he got hit or something, and one of the bones chipped and kind of got stuck in the ligament, and nobody's known about it. So this last year, he's had a bunch of cramps during games, so he hadn't been able to finish a whole game. Uh, and was it the heart doctor that
the
found
heart
it?
dart. He's having some. It's almost like a fusion thing on his heart
Yeah,
where they're gonna burn off some excess stuff, which apparently that's very common. He'll do that
yeah, they're
towards the
gonna scar it
summertime, but
basically.
the cramping, it's a. I think he's having that because of the cramping. His blood flow was having to work. His heart was having to work
Yeah,
overtime on it. So hopefully he gets that all situated so that way he's ready to go come football. But I'm gonna tell him here. I don't want to see nothing about him not working his upper body. You saw that dude. We'll get into it at the combine that threw 32 reps on a torn ACL. So you can
yep.
still work your upper body, but yeah. So of course we're praying for him. If y'all are out there listening, put him in your thoughts and prayers, Nick. So of course, for anybody else going through any kind of health issues, just put them in there. But yeah, I will be out there Friday for sure at some point. Like I said, I'm determining. More than likely, I don't think Eden will be making an appearance, just because of the
Yeah,
weather,
if it's gonna be
and
cold.
she got sick a lot. She got sick with last time, so if it's going to be a little chilly, it's just easier for her to be inside. Not that we don't want her out there because she is a toot to be out there, but yeah, it'd be great. Get the band back together, come out, join us, have a good time. If you want to cook, hey, I don't have a team, I don't have a grill, I don't have this, I don't have that, but I want to cook on behalf of Big Salinas Barbecue in the state competition. Let us know. Hey, reach out to Randy. Say, hey, I'll cook under y'all's name for the state competition. I need that. Okay, cool. Then hey, go for it. Like I said, it's tough for us because we can't get to try the meat because we won't try it till the next day. We do observe Lent, even though Randy doesn't go to church. I don't even go to a Catholic church, but we do go. We do observe it. We do. So it is fun in that sense. So, like I said, you want to cook in there? Let them know. Say, hey,
Yep.
sign me up because you can turn in like if just an example. Like I said, if Ed says he wants to throw his mac and cheese into the bin, he could also just go sign up for that, right? Or
I believe so. I wouldn't see why not. Um, and like I told
but
Ed, if Ed wanted to ultimately do it and just come out Friday, he could, and cook the mac and cheese. I'm all for that as well. I mean, because I already signed up for it. Definitely, if he wants to turn it in, he can. Um, that's something if you want to mention to him. Like I said, if he wants to do it or
yeah,
someone else wants to do it, hey, I'm all for it. I'll have the Weber out there because I'll probably be doing the cook's choice on Saturday on that. Um, and then I may do the mac and cheese on that as well. So I already have a grill out there. Ed wants to do it. He just has to bring whatever he wants for the
bring his ingredients. Yeah,
yeah.
bring his stuff. So I'll reach out to him and see because I know he kind of piqued his interest up a little bit
Yeah.
on it. The steak, like I was reaching out. I know Derek was talking about he wanted to do a steak one time on it, and I was like, hey, just he could send you the money and say, hey, here you go. You bring your grill grate to get the grill marks on there. All you gotta do is let us know. And like I said, we're more than happy to do it. Let y'all do it. And hey, if you win, you win. You don't,
Yep.
hey, we learn. Only way to do it is to learn, especially in those competitions. Or like I said, they're a lot of fun. But yeah, you got my interest with it. I mean, Mason coming, that's good. Nick going under the knife. Hopefully he'll be better, ready to go, so that way he'll be back playing. I know he loves playing football. Hopefully playing on Friday nights in that new big old stadium out there in Melissa. So we'll be able to go out there Friday nights and watch him. Hopefully I won't get kicked out. I gotta be on my best behavior.
Yeah, you have to shut up this time. Uh,
I'm not sitting anywhere near y'all. Y'all are a bad influence
yeah, that
on
was
me.
you. That was
It
you.
wasn't
Just
even you. It was some. I'm not even gonna get into it. It was some ladies were saying the same thing. I just happened to say it. That's right, and I said it louder. But the coach is still blind as a bat. Can't see out that one eye. So
yeah. Yeah,
Ray Charles could have.
if you
Ray
want to know
Charles
more, yeah,
blind
if you
could have
want to
come
know
up with a
more
better
about
game
it,
plan. Hit me
if you're gonna
up.
be at the cook off, definitely hit him up or just come by and say, hey, what are y'all talking about? With Melissa football, and we'll tell you the story. It is something to kind of laugh at.
It
Uh,
is. It is.
but
But it's all good. It's all good. But
but
yeah,
yeah,
the cook off's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm not gonna ask you here. You don't have to tell me on the air what you're gonna cook for your cook's choice. Let's make it a little surprise.
I can tell you, I'm
Go
not
for it.
100% sure. I told Dad I'm not 100% sure on it yet. I mean, we'll see. Uh, I'll have it figured out probably by Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursday. If not, I probably will. If me and Mason are up there Thursday or Friday, whatever day, I may just go to the store and get something. I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure on what we're doing. But yeah, that'll be the one on Friday, the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, that we're going to be at. And then the CBA one that we're going to dive into before we wrap it up and all that. That one is also a fun one. That one is April 14th and 15th. That is at Parker County Sheriff Posse's rodeo grounds in Weatherford. Um, that one, it's it's a CBA, so Champions Barbecue Alliance cook. So that one, what you're doing is you're doing chicken, pork ribs, and then pork and brisket. So kind of dive into it now. And then, of
Yep.
course, you have Chef's Choice again and beans. Of course, we'll be doing beans again in that one. And we'll probably do Cook's Choice uh, on Friday as well. But if you do have a kid that does want to do a kids Q cook off, it is a steak kids Q. So if you just want to throw up Saturday and do a kids Q, um, definitely bring them out Saturday if you're in the Weatherford area. You don't have to do a whole cook off. You don't have to stay. You can just show up for that day. Um, I'm pretty sure you'll have to bring maybe a grill. Um, you know, if you have a kid that wants to do it and want to use your products, just hit us up and we'll supply the products and all that. You just have to bring your child. I'm not sure what the age range is, but if you're interested, message us and we'll find out what ages, so y'all can do it. And that'll be a good fun one for the kids to do, to watch. But the meats, so brisket, of course, you're turning in whatever you want. I think now you can do burnt ends as well. I just go with the slices. Um, Pork, you can cook, turn in whatever uh, on that pork butt. We'll turn in money muscle probably. And then here it says uh, pork spare ribs or baby back ribs. I'm not sure if that's true, but I think it is now. Um, we'll always cook spare ribs at a cook
Mm-hmm.
off because it's easier for me. And then, of course, chicken now. So, chicken, before it was chicken half, so those in Texas know, you know, Outlaw, Lone Star, um, IBCA, and CBA before all cooked chicken halves. KCBS allows you to do chicken thighs or chicken legs. So now in CBA, you can do chicken halves, you can do um, chicken thighs, chicken legs. I believe you can do chicken wings as well. Um, you just have to turn in, something on the chicken, and you want to turn in all, one certain piece. If you want to cook just cook legs. I know Bill Purvis with chicken fried barbecue does his chicken thighs. Some teams still roll with chicken halves. That's probably what we'll cook up, chicken halves, just to kind of see. Um, but yeah, that'll be a fun one as well. And I think Friday night they're having a band or something after the Cook's Choice. Um, but like I said, that one is always a fun one. That is April 14th and 15th. If y'all want to come out. And did that answer your question that you wanted to get into?
It really did. Like I said, that's a good one to go to just because I said it is a lot of fun. It is that whole you get an air horn when it's open and an air horn when it's closed. And if
Yep.
you're not there, sorry, it's 10 minutes. And so it's really good. It's really was open. It was a whole lot of fun. And like I said, the music people, you'll be surprised on the music people play on it. I think you had the most tamed down one. You had some Luke Combs going on. You have a lot of people who have big, nice walk up musics. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. People that you may not have cooked near will cheer you on.
Yep.
You'll meet a lot of new people. Like I said, we say it every time about every cook off. It really truly is about you meet new people and exciting people that you, like I said, when you talk to them at the end of the day, you're going to think, oh man, I seems like I've known them forever. And you've just met
Yep.
them today. So, and it's good to root people on, especially when you know they're winning or you know they're bringing home the grand champion. I think that last one you finished what, fourth or fifth in it.
I think I was fourth, I believe.
You started to climb. If you would have placed higher, you would have placed in one
If I had a
category
place
that
in
you did.
chicken.
You would have potentially been
Yeah.
up there as well. But like I said, it's a lot of fun, and I think we had generator issues, and somebody says, "Hey, do this, take this out," because we had to have a generator there. Unlike this one, we'll be able to plug in,
Yeah.
and
There'll be
and it,
some
and it went out,
power
and he's
there,
like,
but
"Take out the filter." I had to take it out on mine, and
yep.
he took it off, and it fired right back up. So,
Yeah,
um,
that was old Kevin Caldwell of Holy Smoke Spice
holy
Company.
smoke! Yeah,
Yeah.
he was running it, and he was cooking in it, and they do a good job. Like she was running it, he was cooking it, and so she stayed completely away from his trailer the whole day to not so that way people would not think anything of it. But it's a blind thing. Like I said, it
Yeah.
was
They don't
whole
yeah, they don't know.
scan it. It's very this one more is high tech than Outlaws
Yeah.
is. To wanted to take it back to pen and paper, old school, which is fine. So, but it's like I said, a lot of fun. That one will be a blast as well. So come out. What'd you say? The 14th, 15th for that one.
Yeah.
That
April
one's on
14th and 15th.
right when you get into Weatherford. The other one's on the other end of
Yeah,
Weatherford.
that's the outside of it.
It truly is
Yeah.
two ends of the spectrum. But like I
Yeah,
said, you
but yeah,
won't be.
that one is a fun one too. So definitely, if you're wanting to do one, definitely come out. And if you're unsure about the whole cooking process, and you want to cook, just let us know, and we'll try to have you sit up next to us. That way you can, if you have any questions, you can ask, and I'll answer them. Now, when it comes to slicing and stuff like that, you'll have to, kind of figure that out because I'll be in my trailer, doing prepping everything to getting it turned in. But definitely, I'll answer some questions. Jenna will be there to kind of help as well.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be a fun one. Music wise, we're not going Luke Combs this time. I am going old school,
Uh
so I won't
oh.
tell you on here. I'll tell Junior probably off the air.
There you go.
But
There you
I'll
go.
give you a good hint. This kind of was a one hit guy, went bankrupt.
One hit
But you
guy.
probably hadn't heard this song in a long time. Tell that much.
I know
When you
you
hear
ain't
it,
going. And I know you ain't going MC Hammer.
maybe, maybe not.
I
He
know
may have
he
just
ain't
told
doing
you.
it.
He may have just told you. See, he done figured it out.
He said bankrupt. There's only a few that are gone
Yep.
bankrupt. But whatever.
He's,
I'm down. Like I said,
still song.
like I said, we're gonna have some fun, just like we have fun here. We may even do an impromptu podcast that you can join in on. So you never know what we're gonna do, what we're gonna plan out to do on there. Like I said, we will be more than happy to help you out. Hey, like I said, if it's your first time cooking in one, hey, like I said, come set up near us. We will help you out any way we can. And stuff like that. Like you can even follow when we turn it in. We always turn in our boxes on and off different times because the turn in time process is just as important as anything. I didn't think we were going to do as good as beans. I thought it would be a little colder because we were the first ones to turn it in, and I don't like being the first ones to turn it in. That's just me personal from a personal standpoint. But hey, we finished second out of a
Yeah.
good number of
So,
teams.
yeah. What I personally will go on that before we wrap it up is IBCA, Outlaw, Lone Star. You want to kind of turn in kind of in the middle. Is what I prefer in the middle towards the end. You don't want to be at the end because then most of the teams are the big names will kind of turn it at the end, and you don't want to get stuck on a table with all the big names on there, and then you're out of luck in that kind of stance. You want to be on a table where you have a chance. In CBA, honestly, I tell you, I've done better when I've turned it in at the very beginning when that window opens. Um, so usually with CBA, like in the one in Weatherford in April, Junior may not like it, but I'm gonna tell him, hey, right at if that clock's opening up at 12 o'clock, or think 11:50. Right at 11:50, I want you walking with it. Just because it's CBA is your box is when it's judged, it's the only one they're judging. Versus all the other ones, you're basically going up against 6, 7 other teams
Correct.
or other boxes. Um, so you have a better shot single round judging when it's hot. Um, Now, of course, if we're running behind, um, and I'm trying to get things figured out, no big deal. We'll turn it in when we can. But that's what I prefer, CBA wise, turning in right around when it opens versus when it closes. Because when it's closing, when that when they tell you if it's closing at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever, you better have it in line at that time. Because when that horn goes off, that's it. And if you don't turn it in, you get DQ'd on it. Your your chances of winning are gone. You're done.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it'll be a fun one. Definitely, if you want to do a cook off, let us know, and we'll be there to kind of support and help you. But yeah, that's what I got. You got anything else you want to add? We'll wrap it
No,
up.
I don't. Like I said, if you're going out to one of these competitions and you're one of the first, like I said, your first one doing it in this competition, come hit us up. We can explain some of the rules. Like, see, that I didn't know was one of the rules. So I usually make it to him, hey, when do you want to turn it in? Do we have 10 minutes before? Usually it's 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after. And then usually
Yeah,
we like to be somewhere in the middle. But he is right. If you turn it in, some of these guys love to be late. Some of the big names competitions want it to be late because they want it to be as warm as possible, because it sits there on the table and then you'll see them slide it off, and they literally, how they pick it, you don't know, because they will kick you out at a certain point. The lady shuts the door, she won't let anybody in. If that happens to be the bathroom, you're out of luck until you got to use a porta potty or whatever.
yeah,
So it is interesting on it. So definitely come on out, hit the rules, especially the CBAs. I think that's when Kevin Caldwell is usually out there. He's one of the ones that help run it. He'll explain it to you as well. And like I said, it's just a lot of fun with
yeah,
any of the competitions. And a lot of times you can go up to the judges table and say, hey, this is my first time, what do I need to know? Or after the cooks meeting, and they'll break it down for you, because like I said, everybody wants to win, but everybody wants to win and beat you at your best. That's just the way it
yeah.
is. So, but that's all I got. It should be fun. We will let you know. Look after us on all the social medias, so that way we will. You'll be in touch with us and in tune with us of what's going on with the upcoming competition this week, next weekend in Weatherford. But
Yep.
let's go into it. Let's dive into our last segment, which is Around the Pit, where we talk about all the things we talk about when we're at the competition or out in the backyard cooking. For sure. Like I said, if you're not on YouTube or you didn't watch us there, go check it out. You will see the new hats we got going in. He's got the orange and gray one in there, and then he's got the black and gray one. So definitely go check it out. Go order today. In there, you never know when you order stuff. He does like to throw in goodie stuff all the time, so you don't know what you're gonna get. You may get blessed with something else that you didn't even know. But
Yep.
let's get around to it. Around the pit, where most of the time we talk about sports. We don't talk about usually other things. We may make fun of somebody from time to time, like Randy will make fun of him, but that's just what we do. They'll make fun of me and stuff. So that's just what we kind of love to do. We will bring up football. I don't know. Like I said, there was a big trade yesterday. Panthers moving up to number 1. I was reading somewhere today that they're open to actually moving back again. So I was like, why would you move up to move back?
I think they're trying to get more.
I
If
think
they
they
can
want to
get
be right
more
around the
picks.
third or fourth round,
Yeah.
fourth pick. So the best way to do it is to move up, then say, hey, we want to move back to get some more picks,
Yeah.
which is cool.
A team's done it before.
Yeah, the Cowboys have allocated a
26.
lot of free agent money. Zach Martin, Dak Prescott restructured their deals, which means, Dak's not going anywhere for a while. Is exactly what that means. I'm glad Zach Martin's not going anywhere because he definitely is the backbone of that offensive line. There's been posts out there, and I wanted to ask your opinion on it before I go wake up the other ones. What are your thoughts on potentially letting go of Zeke, letting go of Tyron, and then moving on from those guys? Or what do you think about that? Well, I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, I think probably Zeke is going to be gone. Um, I've said it before. He's good for the short yardage. He's good to kind of to help. Definitely under Kellen Moore, he didn't have a good years. But personally, I would like to see him around for those short yard situations, depending on how McCarthy wants to utilize him if he is around. But if he is going to be gone, he'll be a June 1st release. If he doesn't take restructure his contract to get less money, I should say. But definitely, I think he will be gone, which is okay. Um, Tyron Smith, I think he hasn't been healthy. He's still young when it comes to age wise. I would like to see him back, whether he is a backup, left tackle, whatever it is, um, or if you want to move him to left guard, I'm fine with that as well. I think whether he's here or not, I think the left tackle should stay where he is. And that would be Tyler Smith. I think he has to stay at left tackle. I think the era that Cowboys were planning for 3-4 years down the line, that has come quickly because Tyron Smith got hurt last year and he had to step up, step in. I think he should stay. But knowing Jerry and Steven, I think they'll try to rework Tyron Smith's deal, get him to take less money to stay as a Cowboy, and move him back to left tackle, move Tyler Smith to left guard. If Tyron Smith can stay healthy for a year, that left side would definitely be way better, which will help out the running game. But I think the time has come for Tyler Smith to be the left tackle of the future. So,
Couldn't
my personal
agree
opinion.
more. I think you leave him at left tackle. If Tyron will take less money and move to right tackle, which he did for the end of the season, because he even came out and said the rookie's playing too good to
Yeah,
not to have him move. That's his spot. Like he gave it up. He said that's his spot. If he can restructure his deal, take less money, move him to right tackle or whatever. If he wants to, if he can do that, then you can have him back up. He could be the backup for both offensive linemen. For
yeah.
even if you want to keep Terrence Steele out there, who got hurt, who was playing pretty good. I will admit, I'll give credit where credit's due. So it is for their good. So we'll just see. Like I said, we'll see what happens. Moving there, I think we need for sure a left guard. That was too much of it in the air of is it him? Is it there? So we need somebody to come in and fill that role to be a left guard for us. That'll kind of help solidify that offensive line. We need another receiver. If it's in the draft or if it's through trades, I'm all for it. I'm all for bringing the Diggs brothers together. So
I don't think that's
I
going to
don't think
happen
that
here,
will
Dallas.
happen because I
I
think
think
that
it.
would. I think it could happen in Buffalo in a couple
That's what I was
years
going to
when
say.
he's done.
It'll
I
happen in
think they're going to
Buffalo.
play on the same team. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to
I
be in
don't think
Dallas
it'll be
because he's going
Dallas.
to want a lot of money, and they need to go ahead. If I'm the Cowboys, honestly, I'm go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and re-sign him. Let's go ahead and lock him up long term, and let's do it now. The problem is Stephen Jones, who people blame Jerry, and I think it's very people need to know that Stephen is doing a lot of the trigger pulling. Jerry still pulls the trigger, fires a gun from time to time, but a lot of it is Stephen Jones, and Stephen Jones loves to wait till the last minute to do things. Um, and so he needs to get ahead of it,
Yeah.
I think, and then say, okay, boom, then let's go from there. It's just my opinion. What they do is there. I love the fact like I said, we said it here. Kellen Moore's gone. I don't think he's this mastermind that people think he is. Um, people are saying, well, the Commanders are going to be good because they got the Chiefs offensive coordinator. I don't think he's as good as they make it seem, because you talk to people inside of that locker room, although I don't like what he says from time to time, and LaShawn McCoy goes shady. He did say that Andy Reid runs that passing game offense. Andy Reid calls the passing plays. Andy Reid sets the game plan for the passing game. All he did was a running game. So
Yep.
there has to be a reason why he's been on interview after interview after interview, and he never makes it to the second interview. It's not collusion. It's not people, they don't want a black coach as a head coach. No, it just there has to be something else that he's just failing at to do it. And we'll see. Like I said, he's going to either be exposed, or if he does do good in Washington, then hey, hats off to you, brother. But we'll see.
Yeah. I think that move, as much as people think was a dumb move, I think it was a good move for him more and more that I look at it. Because, I mean, if he does want to be a head coach, he needed to get out from under Andy Reid to prove people wrong. So if he can prove people wrong this year and next year, he'll have that better opportunity on it. Same thing with kind of Kellen Moore. Now, Kellen Moore, I think with San Diego, I don't think he's going to last. Like I told Dad, I think at the end of the year, I think the Cowboys will have a better offense than San Diego, just because Mike McCarthy's been there. He's won a Super Bowl. He knows what it takes, and he doesn't have to run the ball, but he knows, hey, this offense is better when we're running the damn ball, and the defense is better when you're able to control the clock. And how do you control the clock? When you run the damn ball. So I'm all for Mike McCarthy being the offense coordinator, calling the plays. I said that all along. If you were going to fire him, you needed to give him an opportunity to do it. Same thing with Jason Garrett. If you were going to fire him, you should have gave him the opportunity to call his own plays as last year. Now, if things don't work out this year, then hey, they want to fire Mike McCarthy. Hey, all for it. But the whole thing that kind of got me laughing was the fact that two players got hurt at the end of the year, Terrence Steele and Tony Pollard, and yet they're gonna get paid more money next year coming off an injury.
I knew they were going to franchise tag Tony Pollard, and if he was listening to this podcast, which would be nice if he did, put a shout out to him. I would, if I was him, I wouldn't play under it. Dak did it, and you saw what happened with him. He did get paid, yes, but it took a little bit. If I was him, I would go and try to get something. I think the Cowboys should sign him. I don't have a problem with maybe $9 million, maybe make a little bit less than 10.
Yeah, I think,
but I don't have a problem with him giving a long-term deal. But it's just the fact he's coming off an injury. He's getting the 10.4, so maybe that's where he'll be like, okay, I'll play and I'll prove myself. But the Terrence Steele thing, he's I think got a tendered tag or something like that. So
yeah, they can lose. They just get a second round pick. Now the whole Tony Pollard thing, I think it may be what they did with Schultz. Franchise tag him, see if they can work out a deal. If his agent comes and says no, you're paying him $10 million. We want a $10 million contract a year. I think it'll be one of those ones that Jerry and Steven will say, okay, play on it. And at the end of the year, if you don't perform as good, hey, we'll let you walk.
Bye.
I think when it comes to the draft, if he doesn't sign an extension before the NFL draft, you very well may see the Dallas Cowboys trade up to get Bijan Robinson.
He did answer a lot of questions, his speed and this and that. And the combine, he answered a lot of questions on that.
And you know what? I was listening to it, and when they said this one line, I knew it's a match made in heaven. When they said that man at the combine was leading Bible study during the NFL draft, I said, you know what? He deserves to play on the Cowboys because that's God's team. He wants to do God's work. A match made in heaven. Get him.
Let's go get him.
Now,
I'm all for it.
If he falls and the Eagles pick him up, boy, the Cowboys are going to be. They were going to regret it. So I think, like I said, I think personally, if Tony Pollard doesn't sign that extension before the draft, you very well could see the Cowboys trade up
I say
for
you
him.
move up and get him anyway. I'll answer my own question. Like I said, I
Yeah,
don't have a problem with time. Zeke, bye. Sorry, I love you, but even other scouts are saying he's on his last leg. Like he's got no burst, he's got no speed. And people show me the videos. They tag me in it all the time. Look at this. Look at what he's doing in the offseason. Oh, anybody can look good running up against cones.
yeah,
Anybody look fast then. So it's not there by Zeke, you were great, but for whatever reason you got your paycheck and you fell off the map, which a lot of running backs do. So if I'm Pollard, I would give Pollard like 8 to 9 million a season, let's say 32 to 36 million. You know what? We'll give you a fully guaranteed contract. Cool with it. Bye. Sign it, move on, 4-year deal. Call it a day. You need to sign it, or you're right. Play under the franchise tag, and chances are you're going to go because running backs decline real fast. If he'll sign it, cool. Still go draft another good running back. Have that 1-2 punch so that Paula doesn't have to carry the load. He doesn't have to carry the load, and then we
there's
can
some good
have him
running
for
backs out
years
there.
and years to go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
But we definitely need another receiver. I honestly, if we could go today, and I'm going to say it out here, you heard it first, we could trade Gallup for a fourth round pick if we're lucky, and get something else we can, because there's too many times this man disappears and does nothing. You've got Turpin that says he's going to prove that he can be used as an every down receiver. He wants to be that slot receiver. The dude can run for 3 days. I'm for it. Let's do it. Bye, Gallup. You disappeared. I always look, because one thing about me when I watch the games, I look at Twitter. Few minutes after each play, and it's like, okay, and you see, where's Gallup? Where's Gallup? Is Gallup hurt? Is he on the field? Oh no, Gallup's on the field, and it's just over and over and over. And these are by people that are at the game, or they're watching on TV like we are, and it's just it seems to be one after the other with him, and it's just not any good from there. So,
yeah, we'll definitely see what happens, who they sign. I think receiver wise, they may try to get someone in the draft. If not, there are some big names that are up on the trading block that may get released. I know Hopkins has kind of said, Dallas, come talk to me. Most of the time, most of these guys are just kind of, my opinion, they're saying just kind of, to drive up their market. But I think it's one of those things that if Jerry may entertain the idea, if he can get it at a good deal, he
if
may
you
do
could
it.
get Hopkins for a second round pick, would you do it?
I would do it.
In a heartbeat. I'm not saying the
People,
first.
yeah,
I'm not saying the first. We need her first. We need to do something.
yeah.
If we could get him for a second next year, or a second this year, or a third and
I,
2/3
I
or
think
whatever,
what it may come down to is he may get released on June 1st, like Zeke may get released on June 1st, and I think you may very well see the Cowboys after that say, now come to Dallas. If they can get that, if they'll, like I said, Jerry will kind of entertain the deal. If he can get a good deal on it, he may take it. If not, he'll just say, hey, you make the move. If he goes on the free agent market, we'll jump on him. And
facts.
he'll definitely come. I would be up for signing him for 1-2 year deal, letting him play, because I do think he has a lot of potential. Some people don't like it because he's very vocal. Vocal is what I've kind of said we've been missing since they let go Dez. There's no one on there that's going to say, hey, give me the ball. CD is
Yep.
now kind of gotten to that point, but he's not very vocal saying, hey, just give me the ball. I think if you have someone now alongside of CD, you're going to open up a whole lot. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting off season. We'll see what Jerry and Steven does, what kind of dumb decisions they make, because they're going to do some kind of dumb decisions. But hey, we'll see.
I just don't want them to shop at the Dollar Tree for talent, because they did that for a while, and the Rangers have done that too. Well, let's shop at the Dollar Tree for pitching, and finally they got out of their habits. So, we'll see. But like I said, it should be an interesting off season. But let's go ahead and get this wrapped up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, start us off.
Yeah. So again, follow Legacy Workwear on Instagram. I believe they're on Facebook as well. But if you're in the market for some new promotional stuff for your business, whether it be barbecuing, retail, something like that. If you want some good stuff to kind of give out to customers, check out legacyworkwear.com. Mark and his team do great work, as you see on our hats. The orange one and charcoal gray, which is probably my favorite. And of course, you have your gray and black one. Again, they are flat bill because this is a leather patch. I think it works better with the flat bill. And then they are the snapback. So if you do have a big head, you may be on that last snap, like Junior would have to be. But they look very sharp. So check out Legacy Workwear. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media sites: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of them. Follow us, Big Swings Barbecue. Let us know if you have a guest that you want us to interview that has some amazing products that you want to kind of learn more about. Be sure to tag us or message us, email us as well at bigslingsbarbecue@gmail.com. Give our stuff a try, bigslingsbarbecue.com. Give it a try once. Let us know what you think. Try it twice if you're unsure, because you never know. You just may get hooked on big taste, big flavor, big Salinas.
There it is, right there. Definitely give it a shot twice, and like I say, give everything a shot twice. I mean, you're trying different things. Definitely give it a go around. My small business shout out was Flurry's Market Provisions. They're located out there in Flower Mound. You can find them on Facebook and the other social medias, or flurriesmarket.com. Definitely go hit them up. Like I said, they've got specials going all the time. Meats ready to go buy it, cook it, go on about your day about it. So it's already ready to go, ready to rock and roll. They got some good specials going on ribs, and they got specials like I'm looking at these over last week, some specials. So very good going on. So you cannot beat them at all. Again, thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to our listeners. Big shout out to Randy. On behalf of Randy, we've met some of our goal for the softball team that we're going. So big props to him. If you still want to sponsor that softball team, let me know. We're going to do some stuff. We got some stuff planned in the works to give him a big thank you. So definitely go from there. And if you're coming out to Weatherford, let us know you want some product. Let us know so we can have it. If not, like I said, if I got to come back all the way here to get it, I will, because that's the loyalty and care we give about our customers. Again, anytime you do anything, do it with love. Do it with passion, and we will see you down the road.